You ever felt like the universe was trying to tell you something, or that certain events were too perfectly aligned to be mere coincidence? Often, these experiences are not just random occurrences. They may be God's way of getting your attention. When God wants to speak to us, He doesn't always do so with a booming voice from the heavens. Instead, He uses the circumstances of our lives, the people around us, and even the quiet whispers in our hearts to guide us toward His divine purpose. Today, we will explore 7 clear signs that God is trying to get your attention. Each of these signs is a powerful reminder that God is actively working in your life, guiding you closer to His plan and His love. 1. Intensified trials and challenges in your life. One of the most profound ways God gets our attention is through the challenges we face. Have you been going through a season of difficulty where it feels like life keeps throwing one obstacle after another your way? These trials may not be happening by accident. Sometimes God allows us to go through difficult situations to test our faith, to build our character, and to bring us back to Him. Think about the story of Joseph in the Bible. He was sold into slavery by his brothers, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. Yet, through it all, Joseph remained faithful to God, and God used those trials to elevate him to a position of great influence in Egypt. In the same way, your trials could be God's way of preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. When life seems unbearable, take a moment to ask yourself what God might be teaching you through these struggles. He often uses our lowest points to lift us to our highest calling. 2. An unshakable sense of restlessness and discontent. Have you ever felt a deep, unsettling feeling that something in your life needs to change? This restlessness is often a sign that God is trying to redirect your focus towards something greater. It might be dissatisfaction with your current job, a sense that your relationships are no longer fulfilling, or even a longing for a deeper spiritual connection. This feeling of discontent is God's way of stirring your spirit, pushing you out of your comfort zone, and leading you toward a life that is more aligned with His divine purpose. God doesn't want you to settle for less when He has planned so much more for you. He wants you to be a vessel for His glory, to fulfill the unique calling He has placed on your life. If you're feeling this way, don't ignore it. Seek God in prayer, ask for clarity, and be open to where He might be leading you. Trust that this restlessness is the beginning of a beautiful transformation in your journey of faith. Pause and show your support. Folded hands if you're connecting with these signs and believe that God has been trying to reach out to you. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us spread these messages of hope and faith to others who might need them. Every like is a step towards sharing God's love. 3. Doors are closing, but new ones are yet to open. Have you noticed that certain doors in your life keep closing, despite your best efforts to keep them open? Whether it's a job opportunity that didn't work out, a relationship that ended, or a dream that seems to be fading away, these closed doors can be frustrating. But remember, God never closes a door without a reason. Sometimes He shuts doors to protect us from situations that aren't right for us, or to guide us toward a path that aligns more closely with His will. The closed doors in your life are not a sign of God's rejection. They are a sign of His redirection. He is guiding you to opportunities that will bring you closer to His purpose for your life. Trust that behind every closed door is the promise of something greater that is waiting to unfold. Instead of dwelling on the doors that have closed, focus on seeking God's direction for the new doors that He is about to open. Have faith that His timing is perfect, and He is leading you exactly where you need to be. 4. Repeated messages and divine confirmations. Have you ever experienced the same message popping up in different places, seemingly out of nowhere? Maybe it's a Bible verse you keep hearing, a phrase that keeps coming up in conversations, or a sermon that speaks directly to your heart. These repeated messages are not coincidences. They are divine confirmations from God. God often uses repetition to get our attention, especially when He wants to make sure we don't miss what He is trying to say. It's His way of emphasizing an important truth or instruction that He wants us to focus on. When you hear the same message over and over, take it as a sign that God is speaking directly to you. Pay attention to these divine signs and be open to what God is trying to communicate to your spirit. Write down these messages, reflect on them, and ask God to reveal His purpose for your life. Mid-video reminder to like and share. Raising hands if this message is resonating with you and bringing clarity to your spiritual journey. We'd love for you to give this video a like. Your support helps us reach more people who need encouragement and motivation in their faith. Together, we can spread God's message to the world. 5. A strong urge to pray and seek God's presence. One of the clearest signs that God is trying to get your attention is when you feel a sudden or strong urge to pray. This feeling might come when you least expect it, like in the middle of a busy day, or even during moments of despair or joy. This urge is God's way of inviting you into a deeper relationship with Him, calling you to seek His guidance and to rest in His presence. Prayer is not just a religious duty, it's a divine conversation with your Creator. When you feel the need to pray more than usual, it's a sign that God wants to draw closer to you, to share His wisdom, and to fill your heart with His peace. Listen to this call and respond by dedicating time to prayer each day. Open your heart to God and allow His presence to transform your life, to guide your steps, and to lead you into His purpose for you. 6. A supernatural sense of peace despite the chaos. Have you ever experienced a deep sense of peace in the midst of a storm? A calm that doesn't seem to make sense given your circumstances? This peace that surpasses all understanding is one of the most beautiful signs of God's presence in your life. It's His way of reassuring you that no matter what is happening around you, He is in control. This divine peace is not something the world can offer. It is a gift from God that anchors your soul and keeps you steady when everything else feels chaotic. It's a reminder that your battles are not yours to fight alone. God is fighting for you, guiding you, and leading you toward victory. Let this peace fill your heart and trust that God's plan for your life is far greater than anything you could ever imagine. He is working all things together for your good. If this message has touched your heart and you want to continue growing in your faith, don't forget to subscribe to God's plan. Join our community of believers who are passionate about understanding God's will and living a life filled with His love and grace. Let's walk this journey of faith together, supporting and encouraging one another. 7. A deep conviction to make positive changes. Sometimes God gets our attention by placing a strong conviction on our hearts, a deep desire to change certain aspects of our lives. Whether it's breaking free from sinful habits, improving your character, or stepping out in faith to pursue your dreams, this conviction is God's gentle way of guiding you back to His path. This conviction isn't meant to condemn you, but to inspire you to grow, to let go of what's holding you back, and to embrace the future God has prepared for you. It's a call to live a life that reflects His love, His mercy, and His grace. Don't ignore this conviction. It's a sign that God believes in you and that He is ready to lead you to a life that is full of purpose, joy, and spiritual growth. Conclusion and final thoughts. If you've recognized these signs in your life, know that God is reaching out to you, inviting you to come closer to Him. He wants to guide you, to fill your heart with His love, and to lead you into a future full of hope and divine purpose. God's voice is always speaking. All we need to do is listen with an open heart. Folded hands, we hope this message has blessed you today. Please take a moment to like this video if you haven't already, and don't forget to share it with others who might need to hear this word. Subscribe to God's Plan for more motivational Christian content that will inspire and uplift your spirit as you walk in faith. May God's grace shine upon you and lead you on a path filled with His blessings and love.